Okay, I am. What time is it? It is 5:49 a.m. Sunday morning, the Sunday after Thanksgiving. Let me see. Let me see what date. 20. Okay. All right. Wanted to make sure I got. It is November 27th. So anyway, I'm making this video about why Donald Trump won and and Hillary lost. There's a lot of reasons, a lot of good reasons why that happened. For one, Democrats have no idea how bad District Attorney Obama has done. Okay, if you're like, he's not District Attorney, he's President. Well, I know, but what are the initials of District Attorney? Yeah, it's another nickname I have for him. That also has the initials of District Attorney. So anyway, you guys have no idea how bad he has done. You just are totally separate from reality here. There are millions and millions of people who are on government programs now that weren't 8 years ago. They're on government, they're on welfare, they're on food stamps, they're on unemployment. There's a lot of people that are suffering because of Obama. And you Democrats have no clue that this is going on. No clue. Almost everybody you talk to, their life has been great. Their life has been awesome the last 8 years. Okay, that might be true. But there's a lot of people that are hurting because of his stupid butt. There's a lot of people that are out there having to take crappy jobs, having to do jobs just to have a job. Okay, the last 8, or at least most of the last 8 years, or since I graduated from college, which is true for me. I've had nothing but crappy jobs the last 5 years since I graduated. But yet you guys don't understand that. My siblings don't understand that. I've had nothing but terrible jobs since Obama's been president. You tell me to my family, oh yeah, I understand. We understand. Well, really? I don't think you do. I don't think my siblings do understand what I've had to go through the last 5 years when it comes to jobs. You guys have always had great jobs. You guys have always had decent jobs. So you guys, are like, whoa, why isn't he complaining? Well, I'm complaining because I have never had a really good job. I've had a really good paying job doing the sugar beet harvest, but that was only a few weeks, like 3 weeks at the most, 3 weeks long at the most, 3 or 4 weeks. And so anyway, that job kind of sucked. The work, what you did really sucked. But yeah. So anyway, every job I've had, not one job I had was well paying, a great job, fun job to do, great coworkers. None of them have been that. None of them have been, everything. They've all kind of sucked in quite a few, one or two ways, or a lot of ways. Now I'm stuck here. Yeehaw. Yippee skippy. If Trump fixes the economy for me, be happy. Trump fixes the economy so I get a great job, then be happy for that. So that's the only thing you can be happy with, fine. Do it then. But anyway, he wasn't my first pick either. Wasn't the person I would pick if let's see, what are some of the reasons why Trump won? Trump spoke to the average, everyday Joe and Jane lunch pail. He spoke directly to them and said, I'm on your side. Which, when you think about it, when you really think about it, is something you'd have to say is impossible. How could someone who's a billionaire, someone who's always had a silver spoon in his mouth since he was born, be able to relate to the Joe and Jane lunch pail type people? How can someone, but he has. He is been able to connect. He's been able to connect with them better than Hillary, who supposedly was, I'm middle class. I had a middle class rate. My dad was working, working class type of, raised in a working class environment like Hillary. How could a billionaire, connect with the everyday Joe and Jane lunch pail than Hillary, who grew up in that? How can that be? But it's true. It happened. You don't think it'd be possible. You don't think, he would be able to relate to people like that. But he did. He connected with them. Another thing is name calling. But it has to be, some people say you can't name call, but I think sometimes Trump did it. But a lot of times he was telling the truth. When he said lying Hillary, he was telling the truth. Everybody knew it. I bet most of you Democrats know it too. You're like, oh, so what? Every politician lies. But when you put a label on someone and it sticks, and all the names you guys called people sexist, misogynist, whatever, homophobic, all the names you guys would call everyday and average people, names like that, they were complete lies. You weren't telling the truth. Those people don't appreciate it. Those people don't appreciate being called that. Whereas, you called, people who supported Trump that. You not only called him that, but you called all his people who supported him that. They didn't appreciate it. You're not going to win votes doing that. But if you want to, keep it up. If Trump doesn't run in 4 years, then we'll get another Republican president. So go ahead, keep it up. It's not going to help you in 4 years defeat Trump. But anyway, let's see, what are some other reasons? So anyway, yeah, some people loved Bernie Sanders. It's like if it had been anybody else, they would have voted for them instead of Trump. So if, you Hillary supporters wanted Trump, you wanted her to be running against Trump, because you knew she only had one chance, and that's against Trump. And that didn't work out so good for you. You thought, we got one shot. It's Trump or nobody else. If we don't have Trump, we're screwed. And I'm sure that's what you Democrats thought. That didn't turn out so well. Why? Why didn't it work with Trump? Because Hillary was such a horrible candidate, and she wants to blame WikiLeaks for losing. No, Hillary. No, look in the mirror. Point at the person in the mirror of why you lost. You are the reason why you lost. You're such a liar, such a career criminal, that people saw through your crap. They knew you were a liar. They didn't want a liar, and they had 8 years of that. They just had 8 years of that. We're just finishing up 8 years of a liar. Someone who promised you everything and never delivered. That's another reason why Hillary lost. She lost because of Obama. Because she would be another continuation of the 8 years of Obama. Well, the last 8 years have totally sucked, folks. If you graduated in the last 8 years, you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. You know how crappy the economy is for college graduates, for everybody. You understand how bad things have gotten, and how much you would have loved to have gotten a different job than, you understand that you've had to take a job that you didn't want to have to take, that no college graduate should ever have to take. But you had to take it because there weren't any jobs out there. There were no jobs out there almost anywhere. North Dakota has the best probably has the best economy in the U.S. anywhere. And yet, you still have to take crappy jobs as a college graduate. Because there aren't any good ones out there. There's none. Zip, zero, nada. And you Democrats can't understand that. Well, I guess you need to talk to people who graduated the last 8 years since Obama became president. You need to do that. You need to understand what's going on. You need to understand how badly he's done. You need to think about that. As bad as you think Trump's going to be, you're never going to have to take a crappy job because of Trump. Trump's never going to cause you to take a crappy job. But as Obama, has he caused a lot of college graduates to take crappy jobs because of his mishandling of the economy? Well, let's see. His complete lack of, can't even run a lemonade stand. District Attorney Obama can't even run a lemonade stand, much less the U.S. government. You know, if you don't believe me, talk to college graduates. Talk to college graduates who graduated the last, within the last 8 years, about what kind of jobs they've had to take. But yeah, like I said it before, you Democrats can't understand that. I don't see any of my family or any of my family who are Democrats taking any crappy jobs that they had to take just to have money coming in. If I ever do get back to Fargo, who knows when. But if I ever do get back to my place, if I ever do get my car back and be able to drive again, and have to get a job in Fargo, I don't know. I'll probably have to take another crappy job unless it's in quite a while. But anyway, you guys just don't get it. You don't get it. You don't understand what it's like to graduate from college and to have to take one crappy job after another. It's like, oh my gosh. Yeah, but anyway. Yeah, but I don't see any Republicans screwing up the economy so bad that you have to do that. To be a college graduate and have to take the kind of jobs, only the kind of jobs that are out there now. Oh, jeez. And people who are in college today are lucky. They're fortunate. Those that just graduated, maybe they're lucky, maybe they're unlucky, I don't know. Depends. They might be in the perfect place to get a decent job, be at the right place at the right time. But there's thousands and millions of college graduates, millions of people who graduated since Obama took over that have had to take really sucky jobs because he has done such a bad job of running the economy. And then now even people that have decent jobs, now a lot of people have had their health care cut off because of Obamacare. It's like, oh, thanks a lot. They had a great job with great benefits, but now the companies can't afford, either they can't afford to have them, or they can't afford to have the people, or they can't afford to provide all the benefits that they did. And so they've had to go, that's it, no more health care benefits. You guys can be on Obamacare if you want to, but we're not going to pay for it. It's like, oh, man. And you Democrats don't understand that either. You don't understand what a complete and total disaster it's been. You can't understand that. Oh my gosh. You just keep watching the mainstream media, and you keep getting brainwashed into thinking Obama's doing a great job, Obama's doing a wonderful job, Obama's doing an awesome job. And then you're shocked when he loses, when the Democrat loses. Well, that's because You guys haven't been living in reality for the last 8 years. You know, if you guys were living in reality, you'd understand that things aren't going great. But no, you guys have been living in Obama's fantasy land, the DNC's fantasy land. You know, in some ways, I don't know. Then you don't even give Bernie a chance. You cheat him out of the nomination. You cheat him and his supporters out of being the Democratic nominee. I think, I don't know. I think, oh man, it would have been interesting. I think it should have been Bernie and Kasich. That would have been the true, well, maybe not the true test of the election, of which side is right and which is wrong. But, but that would have been interesting, Socialists against the true cap. Well, Bernie against Trump. That would have been interesting. Oh, here. Weekend at Bernie's. Yeah. What? Maybe I should watch this movie. Yeah. Well, Weekend at Bernie's might be a great movie, but President Bernie would not be good. That would really be bad. That would really be a sucky time. Almost as bad as Hillary, President Hillary. But, anyway. Yeah. Let's see, what are some other reasons why Hillary lost? Let's see, let me think of some other reasons why Hillary lost. Democrats are just arrogant, you guys are looking down at people who, you say, oh yeah, we're the best friend of the working class. Yeah, right. You guys don't give a crap about the working class. You don't give a crap about minorities, Hispanics, people in different groups. You don't give a crap about them. You just use them. The people who you, let's see. Yeah. But I mean, if Donald Trump is able to rebuild the inner city, you guys are screwed. You guys are totally screwed. Oh my gosh. Because you will have almost no black people voting for you. Then it's like you can have someone run as a Democrat for crossing guard at a school. And then you might win, but other than that, you'll never win. If all the black people started voting Republicans, holy crap, oh my gosh. You guys would be so in such deep doo-doo, oh my gosh. Instead of lying to them, why didn't you guys ever try to rebuild the inner city? But no, you didn't. You didn't rebuild the inner city. You just let it decay and fall apart, and that's all you did. I hope Trump does rebuild the inner city. I hope he does. I hope he does build, create thousands and millions of jobs for people on welfare, people on food stamps, people who are on, unemployment. I hope he creates millions of jobs for them. you know, but then at the same time create millions of decent jobs for college graduates like me as well too. You know, you see a little of my t-shirt, Concordia, Moorhead. And no, I didn't go to Concordia. But I have 3 brothers who did. So I can kind of a Concordia fan. Anyway, yep. I mean, Hispanics and black people voted for Trump in huge numbers. You know, I mean, you know, Democrats keep taking them for granted. Hey, you know, they know what you're telling them is a lie, so, you know, oh, we care about you, we love you so much, you know. They know it's a lie, because you guys have done zero, nada for minorities, you know. I mean, you've actually, you know, and District Attorney Obama has proven that, you know, the first black president has done nothing, zero, nada for black people, for minorities. He's done nothing for black people. First black president ever, you know, and you guys believe the lies that he was telling you. Oh, I'm going to help you. I'm going to make this. Oh, man. Yeah, right. Look at his past. Look at who his heroes are. You know, look at his past. You know, he pretty much had nothing to do with when he was growing up. He had almost nothing to do with black people. You know, think about it. You know, he was living in a white enclave, raised by his grandparents. You know, and you think he's going to do something just because he's black? You know, how was he raised? You know, I mean, you look at it, it just proves that he didn't, you know. He might have been, you know, black on the outside, but he was, you know, like black minorities like to call people Oreos. Well, Obama was the ultimate Oreo, you know, because he certainly wasn't, he was actually half white too. But even on the outside, he was half white, you know, but he was more white on the inside. Because he hadn't been raised in the projects or the, you know, poor neighborhoods. You know, you want someone who's to vote for someone who's completely black and raised in the poor black neighborhoods. Ben Carson. Ben Carson has done that, but yet he didn't let that stop him from becoming a doctor, from becoming the head of, what was it, neurosurgery. You know, he didn't let any of that stop him. You know, so you want to elect somebody who's completely 100% black, he would be it. Okay? And someone who understands what it's like to be black, to grow up black. You know, Ben Carson, you know, or some other black conservatives, you know, like Tim Scott. Tim Scott might make a really good president too someday. I don't know. That would be nice. Tim Scott as president, I'd vote for him. I'd definitely vote for him as president. You know. Let's see. But Democrats, okay. Yep. weekend at Bernie's might not be so bad, but Bernie in the White House would definitely be bad. That would be some seriously screwed up the next 4 years if that happened. Oh, jeez. Then we'd have full socialism. And that would suck. Because Canada is probably finding that out now. Every time it's been tried, it doesn't work. Why can't you Democrats understand that? Why can't you Democrats get that through your thick heads? That socialism does not work. Okay? There are people, oh my gosh, there are people who left Cuba who are celebrating the fact that Fidel Castro is now dead. Okay? The people in Cuba are mourning because they have to. People who left Cuba are celebrating because, of how bad he's made things for them. I mean, if you want full socialism, fine, move to Cuba. Hey, we love your country. We want to live here. We want to live here. Or you can move up to Canada. The weather down in Cuba is a lot nicer than Canada, so maybe, just saying, hey, if you guys, a lot of you Democrats are totally depressed to the point of moving, which ain't gonna happen, ain't ever gonna happen. I mean, are any of you guys gonna move? I doubt that. It'd be nice, but, it'd be nice if a lot of you moved, but I don't see that ever happening. Amy Schumer, people like her, who said, oh yeah, I'm gonna move to Canada if Donald Trump wins. Bye bye, see you later. I won't miss her. Yeah, I thought she was funny. I thought she was hilarious. I thought the movie Trainwreck, I thought the movie was great. I thought she's funny. I thought the movie was great. I enjoyed the movie. Enjoyed her stand-up. But if she leaves, fine, I'll find somebody else to like instead of her. Miley Cyrus moved. How many tears am I gonna cry when she's gone? Zero. Zip, zero, nada. All you guys can leave. And I don't care. My family moved. It might suck a little bit to have to drive a long ways and go into Canada to see them or have them come here. That might suck a little bit, but the celebrities that said they were gonna move, I will not miss them at all. Oh my gosh. And I mean, not miss any of them who said they were gonna leave. Go ahead, leave. I don't care. And millions of people like me don't care. So if you want to move to Canada, go ahead. Sorry, Canada. Sorry, Canada. We had a lot of our liberals leaving. So I guess, your entertainers are, entertainment's going to be a lot better, in the next as long as Trump's president, until we have another Democratic president. Then your entertainment's going to be a lot better than it has been. That would be kind of cool, I think. What time is it? Holy crap, it's after 6 o'clock. Oh well. Yeah, so let me think. What are some other reasons why Hillary lost? I mean, overconfidence for one. She thought, you know, you Democrats thought she was awesome. You guys thought that Hillary was just. You guys got to quit living in a land of delusion. You know, oh my gosh. If you guys ever want to win a political race again, you know, you got to quit living in the land of denial. But it's like you guys are living in the land of delusion. You know, because you think Hillary's such a. You guys are so wonderful. Well, you aren't. You know, you Democrats thinking your crap doesn't stink. Well, it does. Okay? Your crap does stink. You know? When people find out about it, oh my gosh. You know, if black people, if a lot of minorities knew your history, understood the history of the Democratic Party, you guys wouldn't even be able to run for crossing guard at a school already. You know, you guys would lose if you did that. You know, so you guys have done a great job of lying to minorities. Okay, you've done an awesome job of lying to minorities. You know, and you've fed them with so many lies they don't understand the truth. You know, if they did, like I said before, you wouldn't be able to run for crossing guard at a school and win. But this is getting to be a long video. I need to stop doing this. Oh man. Oh, tired. Should get some more sleep. Anyway, later.